This is the second webtoon to be turned into a pretty good anime. So could this mean it's only a matter of time before, I don't know, Solo Leveling gets an anime adaptation? Hard to tell, but here is 5 anime like the god of high school. And let's see if you can guess what waifu this is. Number 1. Baki. In order to continue honing his martial arts skills, Baki took place in an underground fighting tournament. Even though he is young, Baki does manage to win the tournament, making him one of the strongest fighters in the world. Shortly after this, the host of the tournament informs Baki that 5 death row inmates have all broken out of their prisons, and they are on their way to Japan to seek out strong opponents, and Baki is definitely on their list. This anime follows Baki as he continuously hones his skills by fighting the strongest and most deadly fighters the world has to offer. Baki's motivation is rooted in the belief that he will one day have the opportunity to fight the strongest man on earth, his father, Yujiro Hanma. This anime is like the god of high school due to the focus on martial arts. In both anime, the fighting styles are loosely based on real-world teachings, but both shows add in that anime flair that we know and love. Then in both anime, there is next to no rules during the fights, meaning they can get real dirty real fast. Now this anime does get a little gruesome from time to time, but overall I would say it's a decent anime. So if you tend to enjoy the standard shonen formula, then you're almost guaranteed to like this anime. If this video gives you something new to watch, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss more recommendations in the future. Number 2. Tenjo Toten. This anime is set at Todo Academy, which is a high school that is known for its dedication to many different types of martial arts. Bob and Suichiro are the 2 newest transfer students and have their sights set on conquering Todo Academy. It doesn't take long before they realize that this school is unlike any other they've been to, and that they stand little to no chance of taking down even the weakest of fighters. After going on a minor rampage, they have gained the attention of the school's executive council, which leaves Bob and Soichiro with little to no choice but to team up with the Junkin Club in order to increase their fighting strength. They can only hope that their newfound strength and allies will be strong enough to take down the executive council. This anime is similar to the God of High School due to its plot. Both anime revolve around a group of main characters who all want to become the strongest high school student. Now the biggest difference is that the God of High School is more of a sanctioned tournament, while the majority of fights in Tenjo Toten is just random brawls. Plus this anime has a lot of fan service. The main reason I selected this anime is because I'm assuming that a lot of you guys and gals haven't watched it since it aired way back in 2004. This show is basically exactly what you'd expect from a 2004 anime, so if that style seems interesting to you, then go check it out. This anime might look a little older, but in reality it's only 2 years old. Number 3. Megalo Box. It turns out, just punching each other in the face got boring, so humans invented Megalo Boxing. Now, Megalo Boxing has the same rules of normal boxing, except that the participants are allowed to use exoskeletons to enhance their punches. Junk Dog is an illegal fighter who spends his days throwing matches, but even so, he finds himself squaring off against Yuri, the official Megalo Boxing champion. He loses pretty quickly, and the champion says that if he wants a rematch, he will need to fight his way through the upcoming tournament. The problem is that Junk Dog is not a legal citizen, so he is unable to enter the tournament. Well, that is until a group of debt collectors forge a fake ID for him under the alias Joe. This anime follows Joe as he battles his way to the top of the tournament in order to get another chance at fighting the champion. Megalo Box is like the God of High School for multiple reasons. To begin with, both anime are somewhat futuristic and they are both centered around ring fighting. Then both anime use exaggerated versions of IRL fighting styles. And now the fights themselves are well choreographed, which makes them completely stunning to watch. Now the God of High School is more of a shonen anime, while Megalo Box leans more on the serious side. Just think of Megalo Box like an anime version of Rocky. Wait, are you guys even old enough to get that reference? Either way, Megalo Box is a fantastic anime which I highly recommend you watch. Have you heard of the anime titled Chivalry of a Failed Knight? Number 4. Asterisk War. Due to a natural disaster, some humans have evolved into a new species of superhumans known as Genistella. These Genistella attend specific schools, and the city of Asterisk just so happens to contain the 6 most elite Genistella academies. These top 6 schools frequently host events known as festas, where the strongest students battle against one another to determine which school is the strongest. Our protagonist, Ayato Amagiri, just transferred to the weakest of the 6 schools in search of any information on his sister's disappearance. Some stuff happens, then thanks to harem protagonist powers, Ayato walks in on the Witch of Flames, Julius, wearing nothing more than her underwear. Julius properly thanks Ayato for returning her handkerchief, then promptly attacks him as a repercussion for barging into her room. This anime follows Ayato as he searches for his sister, all the while fighting alongside Julius in the festas. This anime may not have been the first thing that come to mind, but it does have some similarities to the God of High School. Most importantly, both anime revolve around a fighting tournament which consists of superpowered high school students. Then both anime contain a dark and sinister plot which the protagonist slowly uncovers. I thought about putting Chivalry of a Failed Knight on this list instead of this anime, but I decided it didn't really matter since they are more or less the same exact story. Personally, I enjoyed both Asterisk War and Chivalry of a Failed Knight, so I would highly recommend you check out both of them. I saved this one for last because the animation is, how would I put it? Unique. Number 5, Kengan Ashura. What happens when 2 extremely wealthy businessmen disagree on a business deal? Well, in this world, each man would hire a gladiator to represent them in a fight to the death to determine who wins the deal. This anime follows Oma Tokita, the new gladiator for the Nogi group, and Kazuo Yamashita, the normal businessman who was assigned to be Oma's manager. Oma does manage to survive his first match, and afterward he is asked, why would he risk his life for the Nogi group? And he simply responded with, because I won't lose. Kengan Ashura follows this odd duo as they continue their journey together through the world of underground fighting, where all of their opponents seem to be more monster than human. Kengan Ashura has a handful of things in common with the God of High School, such as the fact that both anime revolve around ring-style fighting, where each person has a borderline superhuman ability. First thing you need to know is that I think the My Anime List rating is heavily skewed due to the animation style. I'm not going to go as far to say this anime is the greatest thing that has ever existed, but with proper animation, it could easily be an 8 out of 10. The overall plot and characters are interesting, and it's easy to tell that a lot of time and planning went into each of the fight scenes. Basically, you have an 8 out of 10 story that's pulled down by its subpar animation. If you can overlook or just deal with the animation, then chances are you are going to love this anime. So, were you able to guess what waifu this is? It's Shinoa from Seraph of the End. Now, don't forget to head over to my Patreon if you would like to support the channel. But other than that, thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you next time.